Welcome to Wednesday's show, and thank you for being a part of it this evening. On this Wednesday evening, another day, 3 consecutive now for different reasons, where the show was pre-recorded in an effort this time for myself to make it to a very important engagement in Moorhead that I'll maybe be able to elaborate on some more tomorrow. But a host of news and information to pass along before I leave, which is, it's before 1 o'clock my time. With that said, we have coverage from last night's fiscal court meeting, a couple of revelations there, including how Magafa County soldiers died in the Vietnam War, and as well as how Magafa County is expecting another Dollar General store to be built here in the near future, and some other big news as well, including updates in regards to the ongoing federal drug case against Jesse Merle Jr. and, of course, Greg Howard, as we have information there. It was a big night last night for Hornet football, specifically for the younger teams. 5th and 6th graders receiving their championship trophy, and the 7th and 8th grade middle school Hornets solidifying the conference championship last night. You may have heard or seen the parade welcoming them back. We'll talk about that. I cannot get into that this evening because we need to spend a little more time. But as well, our middle school students, as they should be congratulated, as are our 5th and 6th at this hour. Middle schoolers go on to the next round of the state tournament this weekend. So more on young Hornet football on tomorrow's program. With that said, I'll be right back with tonight's headlines in just a second.
When Joe Biden abused his power and opened the southern border, I took him to court. When Biden mandated vaccines, I got it reversed. When Biden drove up the price of new cars and gas at the pump, I rallied a dozen state governments to block him. Now the Washington liberals want to change our country for the worse. As your governor, I will fight them every day. Andy Beshear, he never will. I'm Daniel Cameron, and I put Kentucky first, even when it's hard.
Updated court appearances and pleas and trials which have now been set in the cases of Greg Howard and Jesse Merle Jr. Of course, the federal drug investigation that began with Magafa County Sheriff Bill Meade netting or resulting in a 17-count indictment, the majority of those counts towards Greg Howard, and then some, of course, as well in the name of Jesse Merle Jr., who both have trial dates now set. In our last update on the case of that 17-count indictment for distribution of oxycodone in the name of both Merle and co-defendant Howard, Merle had already had a jury trial date set after entering a not guilty plea. In an update to his case, however, the government has made a motion to continue the trial and related pretrial deadlines. That motion to continue was granted by the courts. So now the jury trial, which was originally scheduled for just a few days ago on Monday of this week on the 16th, it has been continued till November the 27th in federal court in Pikeville. Jesse Merle's jury trial, November the 27th in Pikeville. And he was also released from federal custody upon conditions pursuant to the order setting the conditions of his release, which was granted. Merle is out at this time pending his trial on November the 27th. As for Greg Howard, he had not entered a plea as of his last update, but has since done so, and having been arraigned and pleading not guilty, The assignment of a trial date has now been made in his case, and it is, of course, going to be held on the same date and simultaneously, which will be November the 27th, starting at 9 o'clock in Pikeville Federal Court, where both men will stand trial before a federal jury. As per the detention hearing, which was to be held for Howard, the defendant advised the court that he wished to waive the detention hearing, and therefore he remains in custody of the United States Marshal pending further order of the court and or the trial, which is set to begin again on November the 27th for both men. Physical court coverage in just a few moments right now, just a few seconds to request your hearts and prayers be focused on a longtime friend of ours and everyone out there as well, who was life-flighted earlier today after being found unresponsive in his home. One of our most cherished friends and resources here at Your News Today in the Sagersville Independent, Jimmy Allen of Kentucky Street in Dixie, was found unresponsive earlier today by his family and is believed to have possibly suffered a stroke. His condition warranted life-flighting him to what was ultimately the St. Mary's Hospital, where his condition was unknown at this hour. He was semi-responsive to EMS upon being airlifted, and we certainly wanted to take just a moment to ask everyone to keep Jimmy, our friend and local historian, in your hearts and prayers. I'll be right back.
Platinum award-winning singer-songwriter Chris Jansen is coming to the MAC, and he'll be playing hits such as Buy Me a Boat.
But it can buy me a boat. It can buy me a truck to pull it.
Fix a Drink.
But I can fix a drink.
And one of his most recent hits, Good Vibes.
I'm getting them good vibes. I'm living this good life.
Get your tickets now. Call 1-888-MAC-ARTS, stop by the People's Bank box office, or visit macarts.com.
I got me a full cup.
Logan Corporation in Sagersville is now hiring. Due to continued growth and expansion, Logan Corporation is now looking for all local welders and fabricators, and experience is not necessary. For full-time positions with benefits, applications must be picked up at the Logan Corporation office at 124 Ward Road off of Parkway Drive in downtown Sagersville. Logan Corporation since 1904 and a leader in the manufacture of mining and truck equipment.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Next coverage of last night's McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting. I have to say, and that is one of the intents thereof, but I have learned more about our military heroes through the efforts of the McGoffin County Fiscal Court, Judge Executive Matt Wireman, and our DAV, since they have now been for the past 4 years taking time to research and recognize the contributions and sacrifices made by our fallen soldiers, or those who are or have been highly decorated. And during last night's fiscal court meeting, it was another history lesson that I'm glad to have learned, as a resolution was read honoring Lance Corporal Robert M. Cheek. And in doing so, memorializing his contributions and sacrifices by naming the Cheek Cemetery Road off of Match Fork in his honor. Robert M. Cheek, a Marine who died on a helicopter medevac unit in Vietnam, at that time becoming Magoffin County's 4th soldier to perish in Vietnam.
And whereas Lance Corporal Robert M. Cheek enlisted in the United States Marine Corps at an early age, after completing his training, was assigned to a helicopter medevac unit in Vietnam. Lance Corporal Cheek was on many missions bringing wounded personnel from harm's way. On many of those missions would become under fire and had to fly at low altitude. On a fierce mission in Quang Tri province in Vietnam, his helicopter flew into the side of a mountain, killing all on board. And whereas Lance Corporal Robert M. Cheek became Magoffin County's 4th victim to die in the Vietnam conflict. Whereas Lance Corporal Cheek, his heroic actions, was awarded the Purple Heart and many other commendations. Whereas Lance Corporal Robert M. Cheek did not make it home to talk to loved ones and friends about his experiences of war. He was killed in action October 25, 1968. Lance Corporal Robert M. Cheek lays in peaceful sleep in the hand of the Supreme Commander at the Flint Cemetery in Angola, Indiana. Now therefore, that it be resolved that Cheek Cemetery Road, County Road 10003, located to Kentucky Route 2020 in Magoffin County, Kentucky, from mile point 0.00 to mile point 0.183 be forever known as Lance Corporal Robert M. Cheek Memorial Road.
And of course, a formal dedication to that road will take place at a later date. From there, the fiscal court voted to a conditional adoption of a new county road. That county road on New 460 will give access to what will be Magoffin County's newest Dollar General store.
Right on the county line on 460 going towards Banksville. We have a dollar store that's going to be put in there, and we need to adopt that section in once they buy the property. I thought we would adopt it and us do work on it and spend money on it, and then them back out. So this conditional approval will give them, they know we intend to do it. They go buy the property and get a deed on record, then we'll come back and formally adopt it and do the necessary work. They're going to concrete it and do all that. We just need to get adopted in and get a crossing across the creek. And I've looked at some of the numbers. We get somewhere as far as alcohol tax from the Dollar General stores between $4,000 and $8,000 per dollar store, the highest to the lowest. I think that's in a location there near the Johnson County line where, Johnson County, you have to drive all the way to Tanksville, and I probably guess I have to drive all the way to Sayersville. On the other side, it's not as populated, but I think we have potential there to generate some tax revenue, which goes to the Sheriff's Department for law enforcement. We also get a little bit of occupational tax, so it would be, I think, in our best interest to adopt this in conditionally. Any questions or comments on that?
And with none, the court voted in favor of approval. And one of the last things that happened was Judge Matt Wireman reminding everyone in the audience, and of course here now, about the Veterans Memorial dedication at the Ramey Park. The newly remodeled Veterans Memorial is going to take place very quickly as far as its finishing touches are concerned, and they will be done by Veterans Day. There will be a formal dedication to each of the service flags, as you heard him describe here on the show, and the Veterans Memorial Bridge dedication as well behind it. That, again, Veterans Day, the 11th day of the 11th month at 11 o'clock that morning. Veterans Day this year falling on Saturday. An updated calendar and more in just a second.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics. Get the right fit, the right tread, and the reliability you need for whatever you're rolling in at Conley Tire, where right now through October the 31st, get a $100 rebate on Generals, $120 on Kumos, and go to conleytire.net to find other special offers on the biggest names, plus brakes, oil changes, and computer diagnostics, all with 6 months no interest at Conley Tire in Staffordsville.
Did you hear about the wireless plan with no credit check?
No contracts, but tons of great features.
It's Forward Pay with Appalachian Wireless.
Deals start as low as $19.99 per month for unlimited talk and text and no long-term commitment.
Use your own device or ask about deals on the latest and greatest devices, some as much as $250 off.
Forward Pay on the region's best network.
Because we are you. We are
Appalachian Wireless.
See AppalachianWireless.com for terms and conditions.
Birthday wishes start tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. Special wishes to Mildred, the Mildred Sizemore. I don't have time to tell you who all it's from, Mildred, but you'll understand. From everyone, of course, all your co-workers, everyone here, and all the offices that we have, and everyone that you've ever cared for, I'm sure as well. Happy birthday, Mildred Sizemore. Happy birthday to you. Important, tomorrow, 11 till 2, commodities given out at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center over at the Lloyd Hall Community Center, and they need your help desperately. If you can go over and spend an hour or two or just any amount of time, you have no idea the effect it will have on them and you. It's a great thing to do if you can volunteer just a few moments. The Water into Wine Food Pantry distributed today, but tomorrow is their senior commodity day, 9 till 11. They always encourage you to keep up with them on Facebook, their church app, or give them a call, 349-6301, if you ever have any questions or needs. Sagersville High School class of 73s having their 50, the big 5-0 reunion this Saturday at 6 at the McGoffin County Health Department. If you're going to come, contact Pete Shepard, 367-5022. If you have any questions, contact Pete Shepard, 367-5022. I can't stress how important enough it is that you take a few moments, if you can, and donate a few items to the Extension Backpack Program food drive to fill backpacks full of food to send home with so many of our kids and students. You can contact Palin Poe, 792-6099, or Tammy Lafferty at 792-1674. Reach out to them on social media, whatever you can do. Those donations are being collected until this Friday. Soups, ravioli, peanut butter, crackers, things of that nature. So if you can, please help. Remember, next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, is the big spooktacular here in downtown Sagersville with, of course, the trunk or treat during the day, 11 till 2:30, and then 5:30 till 8, and then Thriller and everything in downtown Sagersville. And trick or treat has been set for the 31st. The Pink Ribbon Fiesta, hosted by the McGoffin County Extension Service, will be next week on Thursday, but they need you to register if you're coming, ladies, please, by calling 349-3216. And one of them, what I'm sure are many of these events, so if you've got one out there you want us to tell everyone about, send it in. But the Sagersville Free Will Baptist Church is having Trunk or Treat October the 27th, not this Friday, but next, 6 to 8. Tons of fun, loads of candy, and you are invited. Everyone's invited to Christmas in November, which will be the 3rd and 4th of November. But if you want to be a vendor, you've got until, I think, the next few days to register, maybe Wednesday of next week or so, by calling Janice at 496-9996 or Sherry at 793-4556 if you want to be a vendor at this year's Christmas in November. And if you want to have an ad here or birthday or anniversary wish sent out, it's as simple as telling me so I can tell everyone else. With that said, I'll be right back. Two locations, two ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust the oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sagersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true. It's in the air and it's on the calendar. Fall is here and the seasonal shop is filled with new clothes for the season. new arrivals from Charlie Page, Mud Pie, Royce, and more. And the new shoes are some of their favorites that they've ever had. And beautiful t-shirts and sweatshirts for every occasion and season, plus new shirts for all the Wildcat fans, the Montgomery County Hornet fans, teachers, football mamas, and more. And fellas, they didn't leave us out either. After many requests, they have brought back the fan favorite Turn Rows, shirts, and hoodies, and they've got a large selection of Ridge and Holler. And if you need a little self-pampering, their new selection of spa gifts are the perfect gift idea or a treat for yourself. Fall and Halloween decor on the floor right now. It's gorgeous, and Christmas is coming through the door right now, all at the seasonal shop. Now on to your weather and your outlook, and there's a lot happening there. This pattern is going to kind of stick around for a while, I think, and we're going to see a couple of the coldest nights / mornings, well, the coldest that we've seen thus far, I think. By the weekend or soon thereafter, and let's get there slowly if we can. 44 degrees tonight, mostly clear skies and a calm wind. Nothing more than that to wrap up a pretty nice day out there in the neighborhood. Low 60s. We saw the sun come out, and that was a welcome return. And we will not see so much of it tomorrow, I don't think. But we will see the 60s again, 67 tomorrow, a 10% chance of some showers, but not until after 4, so otherwise mostly cloudy and pleasant temperature-wise at 67. And tomorrow night's low holding really firm at around 53, 54 degrees. Winds out of the southwest tomorrow, a bit breezy, 5 to 20, but a 90% chance of showers probably after 8 o'clock and throughout the rest of your overnight and into your Friday, continuing with a 90% chance of showers as well. We might pick up a half inch for everyone between Thursday night and Friday. And that's much needed rainfall. And maybe a little more than that, a little less for some. It's the weather. 58 Friday, though, as temperatures start to fall. We've got 59 for your Saturday. A little sun returning for the first half of your weekend. And it's temperatures thereafter that we're going to really focus on. We've got a couple of things. Temperatures behind a low pressure system on Friday, and then another little system Saturday that could give us that little chance of showers. And then after all of that, there's the coldest night and morning that we've seen thus far, and I won't be surprised if we don't see that estimated 32 for Sunday night's low, maybe crack a little bit below the freezing mark. Won't be a shocker. Mostly sunny, 56 for your Sunday. A nice sunny day on the 50s, but mostly sunny. Frost that night, widespread frost right at freezing for nighttime lows. Monday, we'll see more sunshine return, burning away the frost, hitting about 60. And just barely or at freezing again Monday night, giving us more frost into your Tuesday morning as well. Tuesday, we climb out of the low 60s to the upper, and the sun and lows will be out of the frost range for a while. And again, putting the wraps on another pre-recorded show this week, done so around 1 o'clock or so, in an effort for myself to make it to a very special engagement in Moorhead that I hope to be able to work into the headlines sometime soon. But regardless, we still have a great deal of good news to cover before I leave you for this week's end. So please enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow night, after which you have tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent in your hand. A lot of great sports stories, working on, of course, the accomplishments of our young football players here in Montgomery County, the Hornets of the 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th grades. And we look forward to seeing you after you've seen the paper tomorrow night. Thank you for being a part of the show.